YouTube, Niner Empire, what is going down? Welcome back to another video. So, I wanted to talk about this Jake Moody stuff. I've been seeing a lot of things on Twitter about Jake Moody not being able to do it under pressure and things of that nature. All because he missed two field goals yesterday in a game where it was a little windy, majority of the day. The rain wasn't really a factor in the second half. Um, but either way, I wanted to come on here and talk about that situation. Fred Warner mentioned yesterday that it's not all on Jake Moody. He's a rookie. There's going to be times where there's growing pains in this league. He basically put it forward as it's a team sport. It's not all on Jake Moody that the 49ers ended up losing that game, and it's really not. The 49ers beat themselves. I mean, they shot themselves in the foot the entire game. They had multiple opportunities to do things offensively, defensively. Defense really showed out. I mean, they forced turnovers. That's what this defense does. The defense is just it's too the defense is too good not to force turnovers every game to help the offense. But the bottom line is that the offense was clearly the worst part of the football team yesterday in Cleveland. Special teams is probably a close second, and then I'd still put the defense. The defense didn't have a bad game. They got to PJ Walker. They forced the turnovers. They got the sacks. They did what they needed to set the offense up. And not every game you're going to have, the offense set up the defense like, or you're not going to have the defense set up the offense like that. And not every time they're going to score the football and capitalize on that. Cleveland did a great job. They played a good defensive game, and that's really what it came down to. But as far as the kicking position moving forward and throughout the rest of the season, the 49ers are in a position right now where you take a rookie kicker in round 3. Jake Moody won multiple awards in college. We know what he was in college at Michigan. Look, it's one of them games where had the 49ers made a few more plays, Jake Moody may not even been in that situation to have to win the game for them right then and there. But that's what it came down to. That's what the 49ers that's how they played. That's how the football gods had it, and he shanked it to the right. But as far as Jake Moody moving forward, like I said, I don't think it's a situation where you really have to start worrying about Jake Moody. I think you have to see how he plays over the course of the next 2-3 games and then go from there. I definitely would imagine if his struggles continue, I think Jake Moody could very well be in a position where his job's at risk. You can't take kicker lightly in the NFL. I mean, kickers are needed in the NFL on every single NFL team. The 49ers in the offseason traded a 6th or a 7th round pick to Carolina to get Zane Gonzalez to compete with Jake Moody in camp. There's a reason Jake Moody is still on the team, not only because the 49ers took a 3rd round selection on him, but Jake Moody clearly beat out Zane Gonzalez. Now, again, there's going to be growing pains. I've been seeing people saying, had we had Robbie Gould, he would have made those field goals. Well, Robbie Gould's also one of the better kickers ever in the entire NFL. And it's easy to say something like that when you have a rookie 3rd round pick that everybody thinks highly of just because he was, taken in the 3rd round as a kicker. Look, I don't think it's anything to be worried about yet. It's just one of them things where it doesn't go your way and you have to deal with it. But as far as Jake Moody being done and things of that nature, you can't do that yet. I think, obviously, if his struggles continue, they're probably definitely going to be in the market for a kicker. They could make a trade or, they could do a couple other things to bring in a different kicker. But in my opinion, I don't see how you move on from Jake Moody after one game of him missing 2 field goals. Would we have won the game? Absolutely. But at the end of the day, the game shouldn't have been in a position where the 49ers, were relying on a rookie 3rd round kicker to win them the game. So, who knows? I think it's definitely more so about how the next couple weeks and really the rest of the season pans out. The 49ers aren't afraid to trade and make moves for kickers. or anybody. I mean, hell, they traded for Christian McCaffrey. They traded for D Ford a few years ago. We know the 49ers are not scared to make any moves on any position. So I think they would definitely consider that, and that would be in the conversation had, depending on if Jake Moody's struggles continue. But I think he'll be fine. It was one game. It'll take him a couple games maybe to get his confidence back. Maybe his confidence is still there. I don't really know how a rookie kicker would respond in a situation like that. But at the end of the day, I don't think it's anything to be serious about yet. Jake Moody will be fine if his struggles continue. Like I said, I think the 49ers are going to be in the running for a kicker no matter what, if those struggles continue. But, yeah, I don't think it's anything to worry about. He's a rookie. Things happen. 49ers played a bad game all in all. Move on to the next. If his struggles continue, I think, like I said, the 49ers will be in the market for a kicker, for a free agent kicker. What's funny is Robbie Gould is still out there. Nobody has signed him yet. I'm still trying to figure out what happened when it came to... I know Robbie Gould wanted to be closer to home and whatnot, and that's a big factor when it comes to, signing extensions and whatnot. But it's funny because Robbie Gould's still out there as a free agent, and the 49ers could very well pay him something he simply can't refuse if these struggles continue. But I don't know. I think Robbie Gould's... I almost think that he's... It would be hard for me to see them bring back Robbie Gould. I would definitely think they would go out and reach out to him to try to see where his head's at and whatnot as far as, being close to home and everything like that. All that stuff matters to NFL players, especially for a guy like Robbie Gould. He's older in his career. He's at the more tail end of his career, you would probably say. So I can see why he would want to be more closer to home in Chicago. But at the end of the day, I didn't expect Robbie Gould to leave the 49ers and not be signed again. And that's why I believe, if it came down to it, the 49ers would reach out. But I personally would be shocked if they were able to get Robbie Gould back, unless they simply offered something Robbie Gould couldn't refuse. But again, the Niners will be fine. The kicking situation will be fine. I don't think it's anything to take serious yet. But obviously, we'll see how the next few weeks and the second half of the season pan out.